Welcome to the 2022 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this October 20th, 2022 edition. Just want to briefly come on here and bring you some of the latest news. As you know, Jeff Bezos is the latest, according to CNBC.com, to warn on the economy, saying it's time to, quote, batten down the hatches. Now, this is the latest in the string of corporate leaders to warn about the state of economy, that rougher times are ahead. And as you know, if he's warning about the economy, you know that this economy is on a slowdown. They don't want to call it in the media and other places and a severe recession. We're going to call it economic slowdown, quote unquote. So Mr. Solomon is the head of the Wall Street financial giant. It says both time for both corporate leaders and investors, quote, to understand the risk of building up and to prepare accordingly. Now, we know that the Fed is committed to increasing interest rates. We have two more rate hikes for the end of the year, November the 1st and the 2nd, and then we have another one in December. Now, it's going to vary between 50 and 75 basis points. Either way, we're looking at rates going up on both interest rates going up, mortgage rates going up above 7% already. 10-year bond is above 4.5% and climbing. The 2-year bond, I'm sorry. So what we're looking at now is we're looking at increasing debt loads here, according to MarketWatch.com, increasing debt loads that could possibly lead to a shutdown if the Republicans win the midterms. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think another government shutdown, quote unquote, that we've been having these past few years is going to continue? And this is why I ask this, because we're having world turmoil in all of these elections. In Brazil, there's a big election happening down there between two parties that's like choosing the lesser of two evils. And you just seen the UK's prime minister. She was in office less than 30 days, 45 days. That's less than some time it takes for some of these foods in the refrigerator to go bad, as some people were saying. Liz Truss resigns as UK Prime Minister. As you know, they sacked the finance minister a week ago or 2 weeks ago. They fired the finance minister, Kwame, 2 weeks ago. And now Liz Truss, because of her financial plan, they have even higher inflation in the UK. And the rest of the Eurozone is dealing with inflation, a debt currency crisis, and stagnating wages and high unemployment. So do you think we're going to experience that here in the U.S. As well? We're going to experience the same thing. Is this a foreshadowing of things to come here when we have our midterms in November? There's going to be a disaster on both ends, Democrats, Republicans, independents. There was reports this morning on Sky News.com and BBC that the UK government is in disarray right now. They're going to pick a new prime minister by next Friday. We'll get the name of that person and everything. But just shows you that the financial fragility of the strongest countries in the world right now, from the UK, the US, to what's going on and the bankruptcies outside of India and Sri Lanka and Colombo and other countries are experiencing, shows that we're really in a debt, in a currency, and a sovereign debt crisis and the sovereign currency crisis here. Right now, the U.S. is riding high because the dollar is the least sickest kid in the currency in the room, but they're starting to lose ground. And these gas prices are going up, as you know. President Biden has released oil strategic reserves again, but that's not doing enough. The gas prices came down 5 cents, but now they're going back up above $4 a gallon nationally for regular unleaded, not counting you guys who have to use super and everything. And so what we're seeing is we're going into a period now of stagflation to end the year, and then we're going to go into hyperinflation again to start the year next year, and then we're finally going to hit that massive deflation that all of us are waiting for. Unfortunately, by then, most of our savings and other things are going to be drying up rapidly because of the high price of living in the States and everything. And this is what Amazon is saying here, Jeff Bezos and others. What do you think? Let me know, how are you preparing for this shift and transition as we continue to await the new transition for this new economy, this new technocratic, autocratic economy, away from a service sector economy that we're experiencing here in the U.S. and other developed nations. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be back later on this week and for more of earnings season that's going to be next week, as well as the analysis of the rate hike and what that's going to mean for higher interest rates on credit cards, home mortgages, auto loans, student loans even, and when we're going to see that relief for those millennials and others with student loans, the 10K relief as well. Talk to you very soon. God bless. Thank you for listening.